So today we'll be discussing about the spectrum of the Potali Chikitsa in day-to-day clinical practice. Herein we'll be discussing for another 40 minutes specifically about a very brief methodology of how it is being prepared. Next, what are the alterations which we have done through the means of the textbook. And of course, the most important part, the clinical utility of the Potali Kalpanas. What Pottalis at various levels of the clinical conditions we are utilizing it, with some case presentations before and after treatment. Salutation to the God. Definitely, it's essential, like we need to have this, the Mrutyunjaya mantra, because these are the sacred medicines, the Potali Kalpanas, which can save the lives of an individual. And we need to definitely take care about this. So, Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanat Mrutyor Mukshyama Amruta. Initially, it becomes something like, what are these Potali Kalpanas? And why do we need them? Is there any clinical significance of the Potali Kalpanas, or it's just a pharmaceutical importance? One thing, let me say, the most important part is there is nothing in Ayurveda which is non-clinical. Every word you have in the textbook is totally based on the clinical grounds. So included the Potali Kalpanas as well. And that's the reason why we need them, just because of the reason they are highly potent medicines. Where do you use it? It's not like I would like to use it only in the cases where it's very severe or where we have the patient is highly deteriorating. It's not only in those cases. We are utilizing these Potali Kalpanas even in the mildest cases as well. A person comes to you now, it's quite lots of showers here, lots of rains. You have small amount of respiratory illness, especially in the pediatric group. We give them the Potali Kalpanas like that of the Mallagarbha Potali. Possibly in a dose or 2 doses, the child is fine. They act probably better than the antibiotics and the steroids, which is usually prescribed by the contemporary field professionals on the grounds for these conditions. And we are happy enough to utilize these Potali Kalpanas in our day-to-day clinical practice and make them mandate to utilize them. We'll go into the deeper part of this gist, which I am going to present. It's a very long sense where it has been explained. Definitely from the period of 8th century onwards, it was in detail enumerated from the textbooks of Ayurveda. And it has been very significantly into the clinical trials by most of the authors who have claimed from the textbook of Rasarnava to the present 20th century textbooks like the Rasayoga Sagara and Rasajalanidhi. So many of the textbooks do appreciate and mention lots of clinical significance and time-testedness of these drugs with their clinical purview. A unique form of a rasa preparation, these Potali Kalpanas are very sacred, wherein the medicine is being taken, grinded, or it is being bhavana with the said herbal drugs, molded in the form of a tablet, and it is being wrapped in between the silk cloths like this, tight, and it is being immersed into the molten sulfur. By immersing it into the molten sulfur, you have the Paka Lakshanas, which has been explained from the textbook, and accordingly we do the Pakvata, and once it is attaining the Paka Lakshanas, it is being removed and it is used in the patient. So basically, to speak, they can be defined as to collect the scattered materials into a compact and the comprehensive size. Otherwise, the Kalpana or the processings, which gives a compactness to the scattered materials. Acharya has spoken a very wide range about the chemistry part of it. When you mix various compounds, say for example, you're mixing Parada, Gandhaka, Swarna, Tamra, many drugs, they are scattered materials. Even though you triturate them with some herbal juices like aloe vera, etc., they are still scattered, even though they look like a uniform mixture, but they are still scattered. By processing them in the form of a Potali Kalpana, this Vistaritasya Vastunam becomes compact. It gets united, it gets linked, or it gets bonded. because of the high temperatures you give here in the molten sulfur. Remember one thing, the sulfur melts at 113 degrees. So always you are immerse the material above 113 degrees because it's in a molten state. The chemical reaction is quite active in this particular phase. And this is the reason why there are more than 70 Pottalikalpanas which are being enumerated in the various textbooks. And out of that, with no much repetitions or small alterations, we have only 40 at an outstretch, which can be at varied protocols. And out of these varied protocols in the clinical purview, I'm using at least of nearly 17 to 25 Pottalis. 17 are very commonly used and occasionally used are up to 25 Pottalis in my routine clinical practice. The necessity is a mother of invention. There are lots of textbooks written in Ayurveda right from the period of the post-Samhita period, post-Vedic period. People could not have a total answer about the way how they were being treated. There were lots of herbal drugs into the practice. Definitely, they were very, very effective. And the primitive men during the period of the Samhita Kala had a great insight of incorporating them into the therapeutics with varied pharmaceutical procedures. But there were some limitations of it. Say, for example, about the availability of the herbal drugs in all the places, all the time throughout the year is a question mark. It's always not that easily available. The shelf life was another problem. Also, you have the quick effectiveness, which is also another problem. And we have to always consider lots of things like the Vaya, Desha, Kala, everything, many of the aspects, which was also a sort of a small limitation in administration. Say, for example, I have a patient in the ICU where he's having Atyanta Mandagni because he's suffering from some of the grave disorders. He's having multiple organic failure. He's having the metastasis throughout the body, loss of appetite. I know that he needs some drugs like the Balyan Rasayana. I really cannot administer him with the Chavanaprasha Valeha because the classical dosage is nearly 1 phala pramana, around 45 grams of Chavanaprash. I cannot administer to a patient in the ICU where he's having Mandagni. Whereas it's not a limitation to me being in the field of Rasa Shastra. The amount of Pottalikalpana, say for example, the Hemagarbha or the Mallagarbha Pottali, I would like to give in such patients is 65 milligram to 125 milligram. It is easy to administer and also most easy to get assimilated in the patient because very small quantities. And it's having great impact on the individual. And you really don't need a huge amount of Agni in the patient to get digested with these medicines of these kinds. Because once you have any of these combinations, the basmas, which are used as the raw materials in the Pottalikalpanas, do have the Deepana Pachana quality essentially and the Rasayana property because Samskaram Gunantaradharam is a very strong belief in Ayurveda. And among these prescriptions, all the basmas are being processed with Agni Sannikarsha. They are being treated with fire for making Putta Samskara. And because of this particular quality, there is an essential component called as Agni Tattva in every basma, Ushna Guna. It's always there to a lesser extent or to a greater extent, which acts as a stimulant to the Jhataragni. So all the drugs in Rasaushadhi, which are converted in the form of a basma, are having that Agni Tattva as an essential quality within it. So you need not consider the Mandagni. You have a patient who have been administered with Panchakarma, and in post-Panchakarma period, you would like to give them with that of the Rasaushadhis. On the day one, today the person is undergone Vamana, but tomorrow you can start him with the Rasaushadhis. But the other set of medicines, you might have to wait till the Agni has been restored. That is the Samsarjana Krama. Once the Samsarjana Krama is accomplished, then you can give because you are establishing the Jhataragni of the patient. But it's not like that with that of the Rasaushadhis. Today I administer Vamana, by tomorrow I can administer them with that of the Rasaushadhis. Because they don't need much of the Agni. Instead, they themselves are Deepana Pachana substances. I will definitely give Abraka Basma or Tamra Basma as Rasayana to the patient in the post-Vamana period on the day 2. Similarly of the Vairachana. And to another extent to speak about, I am a person where I'm using all these Pottalikalpanas even in the form of Panchakarma. I use various pottalis like the Tambragarba and all in the Vamana as a Vamanopaga Dravya. I use it in Virechana. I use it in Basti. You have a patient with ulcerative colitis, ulcerative proctitis, Crohn's disease. I mix up Pravalagarba pottal in the form of Picha Basti and administer it to the patient. I have a patient with that of the Vata Vyadhi, wherein I mix up the said drug like the Bhagat Chintamani or the drugs like that of the Mallagarba Pottali and mix it into the Dashamula Niruha Basti and give it in the form of enema to the patient. So this is how I have adopted various Pottali Kalpanas at the different levels of Panchakarma, but it's a different set. I don't want to come across to those fields here in the present context. Anyway, Pottali Kalpanas are said to be convenient because of the small dosage form. It's a very small tablet where you can carry anywhere you would like to go with. So it's a convenience and the enhancement of the properties. What makes it to become like this? There are a few things which we need to understand, like the convenience, what you can see. People used to carry the medicine from one area to the another area. They did not have the clinics like what we have today. Physician has to roam around and try to treat the patients, where much of the medicine would have been spilled and or get contaminated with other substances. It never happens with that of the Pottali Kalpanas because they are very strong bonded tablets. They need to be scraped and then to be given to the patient. In case if you have a bit of dust on its surface, small amount can be scraped out or you can wash it with water. Nothing is going to happen because it's not going to get eroded with water. Enhancement of the property is primarily because of the Gandhaka. The Gandhaka is the chief component which is actually playing this role because the amount of temperature, the bonding capacity, it is having a specific nature as polymerization, which is very much essential for having this therapeutic benefits. These are the references from the textbook. Samskaram Gunantaradanam, processing it with excess of Gandhaka Jarana, it causes various clinical benefits to the patient, like Amon Mochana Shoshana, Visharam, Sutendra Virya Pradho. So this is an advantage of processing with Gandhaka. Rogajit Dirghamayuku is another reference from the Saratna Samochaya. Mrityu Jaradikhan. So it is again another reference wherein Gandhaka is said to be has a very, very effective form. And Samskaram Gunantaradanam, this is going to give its attributes to the chief drugs like the Parada and whichever drugs you are processing with in the Pottali Kalpana. Because every one of us know like the Pottalis are being immersed into the molten sulfur and it is being cooked. Enhancement of the properties. Fixation of the mercury, we go with Ashta Samskarita Parada and Bringaraja Shodhita Gandhaka for the procedure. They can be used as emergency medicines. Convenience in the transport, administration, dose fixation, preservation of the properties and emergency management are the chief advantages in nutshell of the Pottali Kalpanas. So this is about the silk cloth. Take small amount of Shodhita Gandhaka. The said medicine is being kept in between and it is being wrapped and it is being tied in a Pottali form. And this particular Pottali is being suspended into the sulfur bath. Allow it to melt once you ignite the temperature. Once the sulfur is totally melted, immerse the Pottali into the sulfur bath. Allow it to be cooked. You have the Paka Lakshanas. One thing is the surface of the Gandhaka turns to be darker enough. Vyoma Varnam is a word which has been used by the Acharya. The second thing is the Pottali breaks and falls down. Immediately you need to collect it. So these are few of the Lakshanas. The most important part is when you lift the Pottali and hit it with a metallic spoon or something, it gives a sort of a resonance, means the hardness is increased, which is again another procedure of understanding how the Pottalis are being accomplished. So this is how you can check it now and then, lifting it up and cut open it, remove the medicines. This is an example of the Vishagarbha Pottali. Some of the important features while understanding the Pottali Kalpana, the ingredients, the binding agents like the Swarasa Bhavana, etc., the shapes of the Pottali, the drying of the Pottali, containers, cloth, quantity of the sulfur for the Paka, nature of heat, Paka Kala, Paka Lakshana, and Paschat Karma. Parada, Ashtasamskarita Parada is being taken. Bhavana, most of the times it is Kumari. Of course, the text has spoken about the use of gold, Babula Niryasa, Tulasi Swarasa, Chitraka, and also Siddha cult has encouraged about the albumin of the egg. for the Bhavana Dravyas. The shapes Shikarakara, Pugakara, Karsha Pramana, and also Shankakara are few of the types which has been mentioned in respect to the shapes of the pottalis. We prepare all shapes of it and use it in our patients. Earthen pots are smeared with ghee. Ice patra enamel coated containers are also being explained by few of the textbooks. The cloth, silk cloth, 1 to 4 layers are being explained by the textbook. You need a silk cloth to tie it. The quantity of sulfur taken, of course, the textbooks have given the various opinions, like double the quantity, 6 times the quantity. The way how we take is sufficient quantity where the whole of the pottali can be immersed into the molten sulfur, and it is being suspended just like the Dola Yantra. Kramagni is being indicated during the procedure. Usually takes around 1 to 8 hours time. And of course, textbook has said about the Paka Lakshanas, like Vyoma Varna of the sulfur, as claimed in Yoga Ratnakara, and accordingly it is being taken into the procedure. Paka Lakshanas, Neela Shyama Varna or the Vyoma Varna, it gives a resonant sound and burning of the cloth. Remove the pottalis from the sulfur bath as a paschat karma and polish it with a knife, and after it has been turned to the room temperature. Few of the alterations which we have done in our Yukti based in our clinical protocols is based on the clinical impact of these pottalis. We have added small quantities of Kasisa into the monogram, which is increasing the oxidative process in the human body by mixing Kasisa into the pottali kalpana. So it has a quick absorption in the body where we have a very quick response in the patient by administering it with Kasisa as an ingredient in any of the pottalis you are preparing. The second thing is about if you want to expect more of Rasayana property in the pottali kalpanas, we are using the Makshika Sattva or the Abraka Sattva in the form of the pottali kalpanas as a monogram into the any of the pottali kalpanas, which increases the Rasayana property of the pottalis. Increasing the potency of the drug, you are taking Ashtasamskarita Parada and Shadguna Jarita Gandhaka. If you want more Ushnata and Tikshnata, where you have more of Tivrata, or to increase a Bubukshata in the Parada, Haratala or Manashila are to be added and into the ingredient of the pottali kalpana, and it is being used. The other way is we process the Parada before mixing it with the Gandhaka and other substances with Haratala and Manashila, and then separate the Parada, and it is being mixed with the monogram of that particular pottali and use it for the preparations. The next alterations which we have done is any of the formulations can be made in the form of pottali kalpana, and they are very, very effective. Say, for example, Kumara Kalyana Rasa in the form of pottali, Ananda Bhairava Rasa in the form of pottali, Chandrakala Rasa in the form of pottali, Raja Pravartinivati, Sutta Shekara or the Vasanta Kusmakara, even you have the Jayamangala Rasa, so everything, all these drugs we are converting in the form of pottali, and we are asking our patients to consume. And definitely they are of much effective by administering in this particular way. This is a case which I would like to present about a similar alteration. This was a neonate of age 4 days wherein he had intraventricular bleed. And for him, we have administered, for this particular patient, we have administered the Kumara Kalyana Rasa in the form of pottali. Of course, small concentration of even the Hemagarbha pottali was being mixed up. And in the form of Matra Basti, we have given it with the Kshirabala as a media and administered it per rectal, because the age of the child is 4 days. He had intraventricular bleed, and also the patient had a sort of a paralytic presentation clinically, and all the birth milestones were not seen. No sucking reflex, no Mohs sign, nothing. Nothing is being seen in the child because it had intraventricular bleed, and the parents were not interested for the craniotomy. And what we have done is we have mixed up this pottali kalpanas in the form of a basti dravya like the Matra Basti, and it was being administered to the patient. You can see the size of the hematoma of the child of 4 days, like it's almost 9 into 7 mm bleeding measurement. And also on the other side of the brain, it is 8 into 4 mm. These are the neurosonograms. See the sizes of the hematoma. Eventually, they start to shrink. So these are various reports. Eventually, you can see here, Bilateral intraventricular bleed appears more hypoechoic and more organized since the last scan 5 days back. Size remains almost the same. Hypoechoic is an encouraging phenomenon to say the hematoma is diluting. You can see the sizes there, it started to reduce, wherein the reports say like intraventricular bleed appears slightly smaller and more hypoechoic than unorganized since the last scan. It is much smaller here. You can see the measurements here, it's down, falling. This is another report wherein you can see the measurement is only 2.2 to 2 cc. So it is further reduced. This is another report wherein you can see further decrease in the size, and almost it is negligible, 0.5 cc to 1.8 cc, the size of the hematoma. And of course, the baby survived. No craniotomy is being carried out, and the child is totally normal. And all the milestones are being re-established, and the child is normal even today. So this is the reason why the Pottalis are to be praised once they are being prepared well. So Rasa Pujana is mandatory. And this is very much important, as you can see even with the reports of Masaru Emoto on the water crystals from the YouTube. The same way it is being emphasized even in our textbooks right from the period of Rasaratna Samuchaya. So every drug which we prepare, we offer the prayers like this. Here you can see the one in the form of a Lingakara is a Hemagarbha Pottali. This is Hemagarbha Pottali, and we are offering the Rasa Pujana, and then it is being administered clinically to the patient. Bhavana and Anupana can be selected as per the requirement of the therapeutic desire. You can definitely change it. Whatever you want, you can definitely change it and use it in your patient requirement. Scrape the Pottali and never hammer it. This is the theory of bioinformatics, because all the molecules have to come out. Don't crush it. Instead, you need to scrape it and use it. The form of administration, as I said, Pottalis we use in the form of enema, we use it in Vamana, Virechana, we give in the form of a Lepa Kalpana. Here we are using it in the form of a Kavala and Gandusha. So Pottalis are mixed with any of the Kavala Gandusha Dravya, and ask the patient to go for a Kavala and Gandusha. This is a case of CA, malignancy of the pyriform fossa development, where we have given the Tamragarbha Pottali for the Kavala and Gandusha. You can see how the malignant lesion has been totally erased. It has been totally been sloughed off, and it is starting to shrinken. So this is the advantage of the local applications of the Pottali Kalpanas, and they're quite safe enough. So this is another case of the ductal carcinoma of the breast, wherein she had huge ulcerations on the chest region and also metastasis. She had underwent the mastectomy. Again, there was a relapsation and metastasis. By that time, where they claimed like nothing could be done now, they have approached us for the treatment. Of course, it was too late enough, but it's our right that we need to manage such cases as well. So these are the eventual reports of the patient. It's a confirmed case of a ductal cell carcinoma. So Lepan of the malignant ulcer with the Mallagarbha Pottali is very much efficient in case of Ranaropana. Shashtupakarmas of Sushruta has encouraged us to go for the various kalpanas for the applications. So this was ulcerations on the breast after the mastectomy as a relapsation. And we have applied the Mallagarbha to the patient, and see how beautifully the wound starts to repair, and even the lesions start to reduce. So by the time she has addressed with this issue, she was much better clinically. This is another case of squamous cell carcinoma. By application of the Shilagarbha Pottali, you can see how the malignant cells or the squamous cells have been totally necrotized, and they have been sloughed out. As a Basti Dravya in ulcerative proctitis, this is a patient with ulcerative proctitis, where Pravalagarbha Pottali along with the Kshirabala was being given to the patient. Because the age of the patient is only 9 years, we did not go for the Picha Basti, we have gone for the Sneha Basti in the form of Matra Basti, adding Pravalagarbha Pottali into it. And I coined the term as the Basma Basti. So this is the reports of the patient with normal abdominal radiography after the treatment. Even in the form of a Kshara Sutras, after the Lepa is complete, we give last 2 Lepas with the Tamragarbha Pottali for the fistula and also for the Arshas, where you have a good benefit of the healing mechanism of the Kshara Sutra. This is a Lohagarbha Pottali, the central Lingakara, what you can see is a Pottalikalpana. It is used in Sangrahani, Pandu, Kamala, Raktakshobha, Prameha, Pradhara, Netra Rogas. Mallagarbha, it's used in Jwara, Shleshma, Vata, Vyadis, Upadamsha, Firanga, Bhagandara, Nadi Vrana, Shwasa and Agnimandya. Tamragarbha, Kafolbhana, Tridoshaja, Shwasa, Kasa, Jwara, Shula and Vardhakya Shosha. Rajatagarbha, Prameha, Shukra Dosha, Pitta Vikruti, Mutra Vyadis. Vishagarbha Pottali, it's used in Upadamsha, Firanga, Vata Vyadi, Kshinata, Shleshma Vikhara, Rakta Dosha, Bhagandara, Kushta and Nadi Vrana. Tridhatu Garbha Pottali, Prameha, Putimeha, Pradhara, Shukradosha, Shukradi Dhatu Vardhanam, Shila Garbha Pottali, Jwara, Kasa, Shwasa Adi, Pravala Garbha Pottali, Pandu, Udara, Kasa, Shwasa, Gulma and Balaroga. Dharatna Garbha, extensively used in a very critical cases. We have used like almost the patients on the deathbed in the ICU patients with the Dharatna Garbha Pottali. Rasadi Vojo Vardhanam in the Raja Rogas, indicated in the disease where no other medicine is working. So this is a benefit of the Ratna Garbha. Hema Garbha, of course, a very common prescription in my practice. Rajakshma, Raktakshobha, Jirna Jwara and Ojakshaya. So this is the drug action wherein the individual drugs which were being used in the Pottali also have their therapeutic benefits as an output in the end product. So it can be used as a Nitya Rasayana Sevana, as a Rasagarbha Pottali, as every day for the Rakshogana. Dinacharya and Rutucharya Palana should be done. Sroto Dushti, Pranava Shrotas, Shwasa Chikitsa, like you have the Mallagarbha, Shwasa and the Pranava Shroto Dushti Lakshanas. To target the Mula of the respective Shrotas, Abraka or Abragarbha Pottali is being given, which is effective on the Mulas of the Sroto Mula as well as on the Shrotas. As an emergency management in Shrota Vidha Chikitsa, Hemagarbha Pottali like drugs can be administered. So in all stages of the treatment protocol, it can be used. So based on the various Dhatugata Rogas, Rasa Raktavaha Shrotas, Lohagarbha and Pravalagarbha, Mamsava Shrotas, Tamragarbha, Vishagarbha and Rajatagarbha, Medova Shrotas, Talagarbha, Shilagarbha and Rajatagarbha, Astiva Shrotas, Pravalagarbha and Tamragarbha, Majjava Shrotas, Mallagarbha and Rajatagarbha, Shukrava Shrotas, Tridhatu Garbha Pottali, Ojas, Hemagarbha and Ratnagarbha Pottali can be advised. So this is a case of pituitary macroadenoma. Before and after treatment, you can see the levels of the serum cortisols, which is significantly increased by the administration of the Tamragarbha and Hemagarbha Pottali in the patient. This is another case of rheumatoid arthritis where we go with the administration of Hemagarbha and Pravalagarbha. The different stages of the Amavata, like Amavasta, Mallagarbha, Vishagarbha with Vata Vitvamsa and Mrityunjarasa, Ushnodaka and Rasna Saptaka Vata. Pakvavasta, where we go with the Samira Panna Yogaraja Mishrana, Ballata Kavaleham, Tamragarbha Pottali and Rasnadik Vata with Dashamula and Shiram. Jirnavasta, Hemagarbha Pottali, Abragarbha Pottali, and Swarna Vasanta Mishrana, Swarna Yogaraja, Eranda Paka, Gudaballataka with Shira, Varunadika Sham, Rasnadik Vatam could be the choices. Serum reactive protein is being raised in so many clinical conditions, as you can see here. Single drug like that of the Mallagarbha is very effective to drop this down. As you can see here in this particular patient, ANA is 12.5, HbA1c is 6, B12 and D3, creatinine is very much normal, CRP is come back to its position. Further reduction. Similarly, ejection factor in the patient being seen with a significant improvement from 30% to 58%. Few of the other prescriptions to be given in the Hridroga are like the Abragarbha, Hemagarbha, Tamragarbha, Lohagarbha and the Pravalagarbha. Cases like osteoarthritis reported very commonly in the clinical practice. Abragarbha is a promising drug. Abragarbha, Tamragarbha and Tridhatu Garbha could be few of the choices in Sandhivata. A case of erythrocytopenia, she has never seen her platelet count not more than 40,000 in her life, and her age is 56 now. And she has been taken with the Pravalagarbha and Lohagarbha Pottali. Importance is how beautifully the platelets have been significantly increased For the first time in the age of 58 years, she could see the platelet count has come to 1.2 lakh. This is another case of juvenile erythrocytopenia of 3 years associated with recurrent fevers and drop in the ESR platelet counts. You can see the reports of the patient. The same combination of the Pravala Garbha and Hemagarbha with Loha Garbha was being given here. See the reports here, the platelet count has come to normal. Quite normal, 262, the platelets. This is a case of cirrhosis of liver parenchymal disease in the intensive care unit, wherein the patient was given with the Tamra Garbha Puttali, Arogyavardhini Ekrit Plihari Loha with Kumari Asav as an Anupanam. The whole of the liver parenchymal tissue and the cirrhosis has been reversed. This is a case of trigeminal neuralgia, a diagnosed case of trigeminal neuralgia, and also with lots of atrophy in the cerebrum because of the age-related issue, addressed with Abragarbha and Hemagarbha. These are the reports of the patient. Diabetes is also another clinical condition which is very commonly seen in day-to-day clinical practice, wherein we usually go with the Vasanta Kusmakara in the form of a Puttali Kalpana. You can see the reports here. The fasting of the postprandial is quite high, turning very much benefited eventually. This is again a case of cerebral ischemia being addressed with Abragarbha Puttali. 3 months we have given the Hemagarbha, then switched on to the Abragarbha, wherein all these lesions of the brain have been disappeared. These are the reports of the brain. People are worried about the creatinine because the administration of various basmas causes some nephrotoxicity is a myth among the people of the learned, so-called. But still, it's so very much normal to see about the creatinine values in the patients. None of my patients in the past 18 years of my clinical practice have landed up into any sort of mild to moderate or severe complications because of the administration of any of the basmas. There are so many clinical conditions wherein I have given the basmas even up to 1 gram per day. I know it's a high dosage, but still inevitable. Seizures, hypoischemic of encephalopathy. The same drug like Abragarbha and initially with that of Hemagarbha shows a very good response. Acute myeloid leukemia, blast cells from 95% to 0% in the reports. Pericardial effusion with CA metastasis of the lungs and the thoracic cage. Huge amount of metastasis all over the thoracic cage. The age of the patient is around 68. He was totally been taken with Mallagarbha, Hemagarbha, Vishagarbha Puttali along with Sarveshwara Parpati, by which he has totally responded and all the lesions have been disappeared. You can see here the CT thorax of the patient after 3 years, after 6 months. It's totally, all the lesions have disappeared. This is a zoom up of the same patient. Chondrosarcoma of the sacrum. Tridhatu Garbha and Tamra Garbha was a choice here. See the lesions, how they have been shrinking and have been removed. Metastasis of the omentum and the CA uterus case, the same way. Here the Rajata Garbha Puttali is very effective. Hemagarbha, Rajata Garbha and Mallagarbha could be the choices. All the lesions disappeared, including the lymph nodes which were been involved. Creatinine again. People are so much worried about the creatinine because we read the modern journals stating of heavy metal toxicity. The CA125 was in the previous report. You can see here the CA marker is 120. It's significantly dropped down to 22.3, wherein the biological reference is 0 to 35. So the patient is recovered in respect to the markers of the cancers with CA125. You can see further it has come down, further down 10.95. CA gastrium and metastasis. This patient was operated for malignancy and also she was being taken chemotherapy. But along with that, she's taken the Ayurvedic medicine. We have given her with the Hemagarbha, Vishagarbha and Lohagarbha as a maintenance, where she is out of the illness and we have stopped the medicine as well for this patient. So this is the eventual reports of the PET scan of the patient. This is during the medicine after 2 months of medication. This is left insular space occupying lesion astrocytoma. As you can see here, Tamaragarbha is very ideal in such space occupying lesions. And the way how they are being responded by administering with any of these things. Post-treatment of the same condition after 3 months of medication, you can see the neoplasm is come down, slightly reduction in the mass effect. Of course, no other medicines or treatment were going on other than that of Ayurveda. The cases are incomplete if we don't discuss about the COVID and the post-COVID management as well. Most of the times the drugs which we have prescribed in certain conditions where it was inevitable to be treated in some remote areas where they were unable to reach up to the hospitals for the treatments, were being treated possibly with some of the drugs like the Hemagarbha and the Mallagarbha Pottali with a promising response in the patient. In the post-COVID patients with a very small dose of the Hemagarbha along with the Pravalagarbha, Tapyadiloha were been a promising responses, at least for a period of 3 months as a Rasayanartha. Any of the drugs can be converted to that of the Pottali Kalpanas. If you have any of the patient with Asadhya Rogas, like Krichura Sadhya or Asadhya, Abraka or Makshika are being claimed as per the textbook of Rasaprakasha Sudhakara or Rasaratna Samuchaya, 5th chapter and 2nd chapter respectively, and the shloka number. Convert this Abraka and Makshika into the Pottali and can give in Asadhya Rogas. Dhatu Vivardhana, Swarna can be converted, or Ojavardhana, Haratala, Swarna and Panna can be given. People who are dying, like the Mrutyugna set of drugs, Abraka, Makshika, Shilajatu, Gandhaka, Haratala, Kantaloha, Naga, and Vajra could be given as Mrutyugna set of drugs. Pushti Vardhana, Mukta Shukti and Panna, Pushtikara, Kantaloha, and Shanka could be the choices. Multiple disorders associated because they roam around all the doctors, all the clinic of all the systems of medicines. Once they find they're not being addressed well, then they come to us. This happens in many of the patients nowadays. They turn to be a sort of a Rajakshma like a clinical presentation where we need to handle them very carefully because of the multiple Shrotus involvement, multiple organic involvement, deep rootedness. So we need to give the drugs like that of the Sarva Vyadhi Hara set of drugs, where a single drug can act on multiple levels of the body. So on that grounds, we have the drugs like that of the Abraka, Vaikranta, Makshika, Gandhaka, Hingula, Swarna, Rajata, Kantaloha, Naga, Vajra. Ayurveda believes in Papa Karma. So Manikya can be given as Papahara. So we give the Ratna Garbha Pottali to those people and also increase the Sadguna Vardhana, increase the Sadguna of the patient. We need Vajra to be given to the patient. This is a claim from the Rasaratna Samuchaya 4th chapter 33 shloka. So always have a confidence in your patient and try to build up the confidence in your patient. Because the psychological belief what the patient has in you is a great impact than the medicines which you are using to treat them. It can break you or it can make you. You can become strongly mental or you can become mentally strong. You have a hopeless end or you can have an endless hope. All this is possible if you can gain the confidence and counseling of your patient. And always be positive, think positive. Things will definitely happen with the Pottali Kalpanas. You can be more successful in your practice by adopting these divine medicines into your clinical protocols. And after all, what we need is the smile from the patient, greeting us. Thank you, doctor, for giving me this rebirth. And thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to discuss many of the aspects related to that of the Pottali Kalpanas and try to be with you people on this elite crowd. Thank you very much.